What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms content here. I'm Shinchi42. So today I thought about this topic when I was showering just like a few minutes ago. Wow, that was pretty good. A lot of good ideas come out of that shower, just to let you guys know. So now the topic of this video is going to be, should you spend money in Rise of Kingdoms and what do you really get out of it? Or should you just play this game for free? Because I believe there's a lot of players out here that are kind of confused, that are starting out in the game, and whoever is still playing the game is still probably, some of them are like, you know what, I kind of wish I could, just stop spending and just play as a free-to-play. And I know most of you guys have encountered this, and most of you guys are still continuing the same habit. So maybe in this video I can enlighten some of you guys. Maybe if you are a free-to-play player, you can be a spender, or if you are a spender, you can become a free-to-play player. I don't know, it's all up to you with that decision, but I'm going to share you my experience playing Rise of Kingdoms, because I have actually played free-to-play and also a spender. As you guys know, my account right now, this is a spender account, and I know I've made some jokes before saying that I am a free-to-play player, because it is true. Out of all the content creators, I believe I am the only one who actually started the game and lasted for a very long time as a free-to-play and also / low spender. So I started in K14, as you guys know, that's a very old kingdom, and I did a K25 account. Those are both free-to-play account. And then when I started K41, when I became a leader, I did a low spender account, super low, didn't even max Hannibal Barca. But when I got removed on K41, we did a jumping project, and 253 I felt more what is this thing called, like more responsibility, because now I'm leading a group of people from YouTube who joined me, and I did spend a good amount there, but not a whole lot, not until we came to 228, when we also lost in 253 because of all the stuff that was happening, betrayal and stuff. So when I was in 228, that's the time that I actually exploded more and spend a little bit more into the game, and there's a reason behind the spending. All right, I'm going to explain this to you guys. So your question right now is probably, I'm starting the game and should I actually spend into the game, and what's the benefit of me spending into the game? Well, like I've mentioned, when I first started, I was a free-to-play player. And as a free-to-play player, there's a lot of things that are difficult. Of course, I got wrecked by a lot of the strong players. In the beginning, I didn't know what my role was. In the beginning, I was actually a leader still in IMM in K14. Probably majority of the old players of K14 in that era probably would remember me. But I wasn't as successful as I was now. So yes, spending does help with your success, but there's also a certain level of that. If you're a free-to-play player, you're definitely going to have some difficulties with your commanders. But that's okay, because this game is a marathon, not a sprint. It is a race, but it's a marathon. You can be the strongest player in the beginning with all the commanders maxed out right away, but you can still lose. Now, a lot of those players end up not succeeding. Some of them probably quit, migrating. In the old days, they probably just quit without the migration. But as a free-to-play player, you have less investment into the game. The only thing that invests in here is time. Now, with the time that you've invested, you can eventually have commanders maxed out. It may take you a while, but that's okay. Just understand this. In a kingdom, sometimes there are going to be players that are going to be leaving the kingdom. If you're new, you'll understand this as we go. And also, if you are new to the game, there's a lot of contents I have for Rise of Kingdoms. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to do so. All right, so right now we're talking about the free-to-play topics, and then we're gonna go to the pay-to-win. So in the free-to-play, you're gonna have difficulties with your commanders in the beginning, but in the future you're gonna be able to max your commanders. And I highly suggest, our very number one tip in the entire game is really max out your first skill. So if you're new, remember, max out your first skill before you unlock the other skills. Now, As a free-to-play, your role, we've talked about this, there's a video, I'll put a card up here right now. Your role as a free-to-play is pretty much more of a support, right? You're gonna play this game because you enjoy it. You're gonna play this game because you have good friends, you have bonding in here, you've participated in many events, and you've clicked with your group. You have used the chat feature and you have bonded with them. All right, so free-to-play, less investment, more time investment in here, harder with commanders, and of course it's going to be hard for you guys to level up your city as well. It's not going to be easy, especially once you get into the castle. Upgrading that is really difficult because you will need the books, and you have to be smart in how you're going to be spending your gems. Since this is not a guide on how to do that, we're not going to talk about that, but what we're going to be talking about really is, should you really be spending into the game? Honestly, when I was a low spender, 8 million, I was a king in K41, first ever content creator king. And yes, I am proud of it, because the other content creators at that time, they weren't in that position of kingship, and I was. So that was a glorious moment, because it's all about diplomacy. When I was a low spender slash free to play, I just say free to play, during that time, what we have done is we have talked to the Chinese alliances, and we've managed to work with them, and that's how we succeeded. They helped us to go into the zone 3 and capture the lost temple. Well, we didn't capture the lost temple, they did, and then we did a rotation, but eventually it fell apart because of betrayal. Now, your enjoyment as a free-to-play can be hindered, because now you won't be able to really be the guy that they call on to. Let's say, oh, I need to rally, I need to defend. It's not gonna be you. As a free-to-play player, your primary job is basically, joining rallies and defending the flags by putting your troops in there, maybe showing up in the open field battle. Honestly, if you're free-to-play, don't show up too much in the open field, because it's gonna get you wrecked as much, and you can contribute really more into the flag, and hopefully your alliance really notice you and reward you. Now, again, you're still probably confused. So should I really, start spending money then into the game, or should I just stay a free-to-play? So let me tell you my experience then. I enjoyed my part of being a free-to-play, but being a content creator, when I was a free-to-play, I got pretty much mocked and saying, oh, 8 million king, how could you be a king? You're so weak. And it is true. It was difficult, because when we got some betrayals happening, as a free-to-play player like me at that time, or low spender, it was very hard for me to fight back against T5 players. At that time, I was only like T4. And my technology wasn't up to par, and it was hard for me to win. And everybody that, was in my alliance, or majority of low spenders, it was so hard for us to fight back. But when we, did the jumping project in 253, and that's the time I kind of, started spending, because I didn't want to get wrecked. So here we go to the story of being a pay to win. My experiences here. I really enjoy being pay to win and spending money to improve my game. And the really reason here is because I get to play on, a defender role or a offensive role. I play much a bigger impact into the kingdom. I like it because people have to rely on me before in 228. But now being in this kingdom, it's much bigger kingdom, so I don't think they're gonna rely on me as much. But before, we didn't have a lot of like pay to wins in our kingdom, and I was one of the guys that really was relied on as well, and I've contributed with a lot of fights, kills, deaths, and everything. I enjoyed it. I really loved the role that I played there, because you feel like you're this big guy and you're just wrecking everybody. It's nice. The feeling is awesome. But I'm also not here to tell you to spend money into the game, especially if you don't have the means to do so. Be careful, because you can definitely overspend in this game, and I don't want you to be in that position. And I have been in that position. I've overspent as well, and then I have to like cut back in the next months and stuff. As you guys know, out of most of the content creators, I'm probably the lowest spender, or at least one of the lowest spender, right? There's a reason for it. But my budget, I really can't do it. I can't just spam everything in here. I know it's good for the channel. Everybody would love to watch me spend money into the game, but I'm just trying to think of other contents that can be made and be creative, right? Topics that you guys haven't really heard about, like probably this one. So with that being said, honestly, spending into the game will allow you to play major roles that the kingdom will rely on you, or your alliance will rely on you. And people would generally respect you right away because you have power. Is pretty much what it is in real world, right? If you have a very low power, nobody is really going to entertain you. So having that high number or high power allows you to have that status. Let's be real, it is true. You can deny it as much as you want, but it is true. You guys probably have some of those lower power players who message you because you guys don't care. All you guys care is the biggest power, right? So power is good, but also it really depends on your lifestyle. If you can play as a free-to-play and enjoy it, I'd say stay as a free-to-play, enjoy the game as a free-to-play. But if you want to and have the means to spend into the game, then go ahead and spend money into the game, as long as you find it fun and you want that role that you're playing. And then of course make sure it's really within your budget, because don't overspend. It's gonna hurt you big time. That's pretty much it. I would say my overall experience, if I'm gonna choose between free to play and pay to win, I like the role of the pay to win. I enjoy it because I can dominate more. It's easier if I need to train troops. If I want to win, I can do it. But at the same time, it's also difficult because of budgeting, right? So I don't have like unlimited funds. I'm not like a millionaire or anything like that. I would say I'm more of a middle class type of guy, and I spend, you know, instead of buying other things, I spend into the game because I enjoy it. And this is also my work, my content here on YouTube, and that's one of the reasons why we also improve our account. And honestly, this is the only game I have ever spent my money in the microtransaction way. This is crazy because I you know what, I'm gonna say it, I'm addicted. Even if I'm not a content creator in here, I'd say I'd still be playing this game because I'm addicted to this game and I really enjoy this game. It's because it's so much fun. There's always new things happening, there's always updates, and war is coming soon. So for us, KVK is coming soon, starting really one more day. So tomorrow, KVK, less than a day now, KVK is going to start for us. So more spending is going to happen in there. So if you're free to play, it could be difficult for you coming into KVK, but rest assured there's always like roles as a free to play, and there's a role for pay to win, right? Pay to win can do everything. Pay to win can do every role that a free to play can, but the free to play can't do every role, right? You're gonna be more of a support. You can either support by sending resources, like I said, sending your troops, and you know, being a scout, you can do that. Being a spy, you can do that as well. Especially in the early kingdoms, in the early stages, you can definitely be a spy for your alliance, and you should be rewarded at the end of the day, right? So there are those things that you can do as a free-to-play. There's various roles, and I can't even think of everything right now because there's so much things that a free-to-play can do. So I challenge you, if you know something that you have done that I didn't cover here as a free-to-play, tell us in the comment section below. Reveal your secret to us, because I want to know, because I know there's a lot more in there that I can't think of right now. And let me know as well if you are a free-to-play player or a pay-to-win, and which role do you really prefer, and did you actually if you're a pay-to-win, did you actually try being a free-to-play first and get to know the game the way I did, and which one you enjoy. So finally, let me conclude this one. I truly enjoy being a pay-to-win. As sad as it sounds, I enjoy the buying of the bundle because it allows me to play a major role into the kingdom. It allows me to defend, allows me to buy equipments and equip my commanders better. And as you can see, where's my best equipments in here? Better equipments right here, right? So as a free-to-play, it's also a new feature just recently during 2020, I think. I don't remember when we implemented the equipment, or last year. It is going to be very difficult for you as a free-to-play as well to craft strong equipments. So you're going to really start off from the very bottom and work your way up As my tip for free-to-play players, be patient. The game's gonna take a while, but you will get there if you stay. And if you get rewarded by your alliance, a lot of the free-to-play players have been very successful now, playing over a year. They enjoy it because what really I think this game is, what makes you enjoy this game is finding the friends and finding that community, and that's gonna allow you to really continue with this game, no matter who you are, no matter if you're free to play or a pay to win. Anyway, rockers, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you guys being here. I will see you again next time.